record here. Thank you. So now Narmani is explaining that how Krishna is present everywhere, and yet everything is in this cosmic manifestation is simultaneously different. Simultaneously, Krishna is there, and simultaneously, Krishna is also everything is in Krishna. Sorry, simultaneously, everything is in Krishna, but Krishna is not in everything simultaneously at the same time. So he's giving example of a sun. It's a very appropriate example because of the sun. Sun has sun god, sun globe, and sunshine. Now all the planets are in the sunshine, right? All the planets on this cosmic manifestation are being held in the sunshine or sun rays. It is said that you know the people who are classical singer, they have these uh, tones, and I don't know, I'm not a singer at all, but what are the things called as if somebody is a singer, the sari gama pa, what is it called as, the suras, is it
Yeah.
correct to say?
Sargam.
So
Yeah.
so
Yes.
that's generated when the sun god is moving around in his chariot. So that's actually generated from the movement of the sun god in his chariot. Even Gayatri mantra is coming from similar aspect. Not entire Gayatri, but at least the first Gayatri, Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha. Okay, so the example of the sun is very appropriate because according to what we are learning here, that all the seasons are changing, vegetations are changing, um, and planets are revolving in their orbit because of the energy of the sun. So similarly, but we cannot say that the sun god is present everywhere, yet it is because of the sun. So there's sun is a common denominator factor. Like that, it is easy to understand for a devotee. Krishna has produced this cosmic manifestation. We will study in the next verse that how material nature is a secondary creator. Krishna is the primary creator, and material nature is secondary creator because material nature is functioning under Krishna, right? Maya adhyakshena prakriti suyate so chara acharam. So Krishna himself says, under my supervision, the material nature is producing moving and non-moving living entities. So, but Krishna is not present directly in his Sham Sundar form everywhere, but we can perceive Krishna's presence because of his energy. Here, Prabhupada is giving example of a king sitting in one room of a palace, yet and maybe absent from other palaces, yet it is to be understood that every single room in the palace, the proprietor is the king. And then Prabhupada in another lecture gives example of a businessman who has a world business. Okay, so that person may be physically present in one particular section of the earth physically, but it is to be understood that whatever business establishments are there in other parts of the same country or other parts of the world, actually he is the proprietor. Even though he may be absent, but he is the proprietor. Similarly, Krishna has manufactured this cosmic manifestation. We may not find him personally. He is personally present only in Goloka Vrindavan, but it is to be understood that this is his property, or this is his effect. Right? Prabhupada is writing the cause is present, the effect is present in the cause. So this is the cause, the effect is the production of the cosmic manifestation, and cause is Krishna. So cause is present in the effect. Another example is, let's say that somebody is cooking. It's like saying energy and energetic. The energetic is always possessing the energy, but may be absent from energy per se. For example, if somebody is a very good cook, okay, they're cooking very nicely. They have a big business of you know, this food supply chain. Their recipes are famous. They're cooking. So somebody who will eat that will know that who the cook is, right? But is the cook personally present in it? The energy is okay. I have like cooked, and this is my energy. But is the person who cooked it is personally present in that food?
No, Mataji.
No.
Energy is present.
So basically, the energy is always possessed by the energetic. and it is to be understood by expression of the energy. It is to be understood that the cause of this energy is this particular energetic personality. Okay, so it is not a very good understanding to understand or to think that everything is void at the end, or there is no personality behind everything that is being manifested. That is, that is like saying, in London, I can say even in, I don't know if India also nowadays, even in US, so if there's a very nice way of saying you are a fool, and your input is not very good. So let's say that there are some people in a meeting at work, and then they propose, somebody proposes um, a solution to a problem, and somebody senior says, "Oh, that's very interesting." He says, "Oh, that's very interesting." So London is known to be a bureaucrat like that. So what it means, it's a complete nonsense. And why are you even thinking? And how can you even propose such a thing? But then they have way of saying it in a very nice manner, that's very interesting. Prabhupada says many times that this is a foolish idea, right? You read Prabhupada books and he says this is a foolish idea, or don't be fooled to understand. Basically, Prabhupada is also saying that you are not intelligent. So there's a way of saying. So like that, it is not very intelligent to understand or cultivate this understanding that behind all this manifestation, behind all this arrangement, behind all the intricate details of my existence in physical realm, in mental realm, and in spiritual realm, there is no personality. It's not. So the Shastras are giving us direct perception that Krishna is the cause. Krishna is the ultimate cause. Krishna is the primary cause. Krishna is the ultimate cause also. So Krishna is present everywhere. The only thing is that I cannot perceive him. It's not that he's not there, but I cannot perceive him. Then if somebody doesn't live like this, then they become a criminal. How? So you say a person is doing criminal activities, and then the person says at the end of the day that I'm not doing any criminal activity because there is no government in this country. There is no government. You can do whatever you want. Is that a very intelligent person? Says there is no government, there are no criminal or civil laws, and I can do whatever I want.
No.
No,
Because I
it's
don't
not
see the
correct.
government. I don't see the people in the government, so there is no government. Yeah.
No, that's not.
You cannot see the government. That still doesn't mean that there is no governmental laws. There are laws, and the laws are set by the people. Like that, there is Krishna, and Krishna is putting everything in manifestation. The only thing is, I am not able to see. So I'm very much relying on my perception as a final verdict, which is very, very dangerous to do. And Narad Muni is asking us not to do that. And he's giving example that we can perceive. Narad Muni is so nice. He's giving example we can perceive is that our senses. So when one is sleeping, senses are inactive. But that does not mean that the senses are absent. Okay. For example, when somebody is sleeping, are they also walking? Are they also cooking using their hands? Are they doing all that? Are the senses, or the senses, legs and hands are inactive? They're not active because one is sleeping. What's happening?
They are inactive.
Active.
Then
Senses are
they are
inactive.
But when the person gets up, the same senses which were inactive in the sleeping situation become active, right? So this cosmic manifestation, Prabhupada is explaining, that is manifested and unmanifested. It's never not there. It's there, and it's shown and it's not shown, or appears and disappears. But the personality under whose supervision this manifestation and unmanifestation is going on is always there. Is always going to be there. Krishna does not appear and disappear in the same way as a cosmic manifestation does. Because Krishna is, what is the property? Sat, right? Sat means eternal. Okay, so understand that Narad Muni is saying that how how Krishna is the cause. And people can say this is the answer, that if there is God, why can't I see God? We can't see God because you're situated in the sunshine, situated in the energy of God. But that doesn't mean that there is no God. Okay. We need to develop certain ability and qualification to be able to see God. And that will only happen if we follow the process. If we don't follow the process, then we will always lead a doubtful life. And doubtful life is a very unhealthy life in this world and unhappy. Right? There is no happiness for a person in doubt in this world. Forget about the next. Okay, I want to go to Manasiksha. That's why I'm calling off early. But is there any question, reflection, realization, correction from anybody in this verse? The next two verses clarified more as to what's going on in this verse. And this is Achintya Bheda Bhed Tattva. Achintya Bheda Bhed Tattva means simultaneously one and simultaneously different. Krishna is simultaneously present and simultaneously not present in his creation. Question, reflection, realizations, corrections. Anything in the chat?
Mathaji, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Shubhara Prabhu.
It is said cosmic consciousness is temporary and
Uh-huh.
it is temporary and it is not existing at times. So it's a temporary thing. Everything from the God should be a permanent one.
Where does it say it's temporary? Where is the word temporary used?
It comes and it is going off. It is created
Uh-huh.
and it is annihilated.
Created and annihilated, but it is not destroyed. It's unmanifested.
So in
It's
that annihilated,
manifested.
in the annihilated state also it's existing.
It is existing, yes, as much as the senses are existing in the sleeping stage also, but they are not active. Yes, everything is existing. What are the 5 things we are discussed in Bhagavad Gita? Yes, what are the 5 things which are discussed in Bhagavad Gita? Mhm.
Ishwar, Jeev, Prakriti,
Mm.
Kal and Karma.
So out of Ishwar, Jeev, Prakriti, Kal and Karma, what is permanent and what is eternal and what is temporary?
Karma is temporary, Mataji.
Very nice, thank you. Okay, Shubhara Prabhuji, so karma is the only factor which is temporary, or which is there and which is not there. But Prakriti or material nature, under which cosmic manifestation is there, which we can directly perceive, which looks like a direct cause. Remote cause is always Krishna, is only manifested, unmanifested. It's always there. My Gurma says there is nothing new under the sun. There's nothing new under the sun. Nothing. Understood? Did you understand?
Yes, yes, Mataji. It's good.
Okay.
But somewhere I remember it is used as somewhere it is temporary, like that where I am not able to recall.
Yeah, that's okay. It could be in a different context. You have to understand the whole thing in a context. You may
Yes,
be
Mataji.
right. Okay.
Yes, Mataji. This unmanifested, still it exists. Okay, it's all right. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you.
Yeah, Krishna. All right. Okay. So no other question, reflection, realizations, corrections. Okay, I'll go to
Mataji,
yes.
one
ma'am.
doubt, Mataji.
Yeah.
If signal light is there, we follow the rules. If there is no signal light, we can do.
Mataji, your voice is gone.
Mataji, if
Ah.
signal light is activated, we
Ah.
follow the rules of the road. If
Ah.
signal is not there, then why should we don't know what is the light in that side, because it is unactivated. At the time, what we can do?
Mataji, you're trying to compare
Government.
yeah. So if the signal light is in India, do we really follow the rules even if the signal light is there? First of all, no, we don't follow the rules. I was there recently.
Now it is camera and everything is there. then we caught the signal rules.
So Mataji, if the signal light is not there and the traffic conditions are chaos, then a good government will take care of it and do something about it. Probably they'll put a traffic policeman or do something. It's not that we will just because if the signal light is not there and there are a lot of accidents happening in that particular place, then the government will take account of it and do something if the government is caring and good for the people. Okay, so there's got to be something done. So like
I
that.
compared the government to signal.
What, Mataji?
I compare government is the signal of the light.
The government is
government
always
is-
there. Is there any place where government is not there?
Yes.
When you go to buy grocery set for your house, when you go to buy milk, aren't you paying tax? You're paying
No,
tax?
Mataji. No, we are not pay.
No, I mean to say, when you go to buy, let's say, something from the grocery store, there is a tax. Always a tax, right, on buying the rice or dal.
Yes, GST. Yes, GST in India.
Yes. So
We pay
aren't you,
every time.
but do you see government men in the grocery store?
No, the bill is going to government. They are checked in the.
So the government person directly is not there, but we are still seeing the effect.
Yes,
of it.
yes, correct.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you, Mataji. Now I understand.
Dr. Saxena.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hi, Krishna.
By Prema. In fact, my doubt was about two things. At the end of Brahma's day or Brahma's night, everything is dissolved, annihilated. So does it become unmanifest, or it is dissolved, or it is annihilated?
There are two
This point
kinds of dissolution now. One is partial and one is complete. So at the end of Brahma's night, there is partial dissolution. And at the end of Brahma's life, there is complete dissolution or unmanifestation. Sandhya, right? It's called Sandhya. At the end of Brahma's night, it's called Sandhya, where it's not that what is described in Srimad Bhagavatam at the end of Kali Yuga, the weather will be so harsh that first of all, it'll be burning hot. There'll be no vegetation. It'll be dry everywhere. And then it'll be incessant rain and everything will drown. And then there'll be manifestation. That happens at the end of Brahma's life. But at the end of Brahma's night, there is partial dissolution. Not the entire creation is dissolved, but some portion, which I don't understand fully, but that's the understanding. Sandhya. Okay.
Thank you. So at the end of life, there is annihilation and complete dissolution, and during change of day and night of Brahma, it is partial only, and everything becomes unmanifested. It's not dissolution. In fact, it becomes from manifest state to unmanifest.
Like we studied yesterday, that it goes in the body of Mahavishnu. When he breathes out, it comes out, and when he breathes in, it comes in.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
Thank
Mataji.
you.
I mean, that's the
Thank
crux
you,
of the point.
Thank you.
The whole manifestation goes into the body of the Supreme, and then it comes out at the time of manifestation. The process of living or the cycle of Kala continues all the time. And all the time, even in Vrindavan, the Krishna Lila is still going on in the same pace and manner. That's what I understood, Mataji.
Mataji, it is mentioned as Hiranyagarbha. All this Saptarusha and Brahma go into that, and again they come back and create the creation will end. And I have said, yes, it's somewhere, I think in the third canto.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Mataji.
Sureka Mataji, you have a question?
Yes, Mataji. I have a doubt. Like we said, that, it is written that when the Lord glances on the Mahatattva, then the jivas, then
three
the
modes become
creation
activated.
happens. Yeah,
Yeah,
three modes.
Uh-huh.
And also we say that Brahma is the secondary creator. So he created the entire cosmic, this manifestation. So how do we, I couldn't correlate these
So
two.
tell me an example of in your life. This was a question asked to Shri Prabhupada that how can we actually relate that just by a glance of something, something is manifested? Do we have an example of it in our life? Just by a glance of something, just by looking at something, something is manifested. Yes. What is an example?
Like we read something and the knowledge is we experience.
Fish, Mathaji.
See, only the creator can do that, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Fish will see and reproduce, I think.
Oh, you mean that the fish will look at its eggs and then the babies will be born from the egg?
This is something regarding land.
Prabhupada gave example of the sun. That because of the glance of the sunshine, the earth produces so many vegetations. Just by the glance, sunshine has like that. He said like that, Krishna's glance can produce cosmic manifestation. Small sun's glance can produce so many vegetations, right? Sun glances and the earth produces like that. So when Krishna glances, cosmic manifestations come out. Inconceivable. That is why it is called achintya. We cannot imagine. Unprecedented transcendence. This is what we'll discuss in Manasiksha. Unprecedented transcendence. Why is it unprecedented? Because we don't have a comparison of it in our life. There's nothing we can compare to. We can't compare to Krishna's power, Krishna's opulence, Krishna's love for his devotees, to anything that we have directly perceived in our existence so far in the material world. Is your question clear? Answer clear, Mataji?
No, then we say Brahma is also the secondary creator.
Brahma is
So
a
what is
secondary
it?
creator. Because Brahma is
what is
given knowledge in the heart by Krishna to create, no? So he's not the primary creator. Let's say you're teaching somebody how to cook and they cook following your recipe. They are the secondary creator. They should give credit to you first. Yeah?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, Manasiksha. So we'll start. This is we get so many instructions from the mind, right? Every day. The mind is giving us so many instructions. Do this, don't do this, look here, don't look there. And more than often, we actually succumb to those instructions. But Raghunath Das Goswami has given us 11 instructions which we can give to the mind. So it's very important that we actually understand these instructions and actually just revise and tell it to our mind every day. Very important to revise. So I'm very excited to do this one more time. So why Manasiksha? Manasiksha, Mana means mind, Siksha means instructions, right, or education. So instructions for the mind. Now, Bhakti Vinod Thakur has said that Manasiksha is a padati. Padati means step in progression. Means it's like these are the instructions given in Manasiksha are the steps in progression to the mind to become a devotee of Krishna or to attain spontaneous devotional service to Krishna in Vrindavan. Not Krishna in Dwarka, not Krishna in Mathura, not Krishna anywhere else, but devotional service, spontaneous devotional service to Krishna in Vrindavan. So this is the steps of progression. So that's why Manasiksha. Raghunath Das Goswami, Bhakti Vinod Thakur also says that Rupa Goswami tells us what to do, right? Tells us what to do. He gives us nectar of instruction. He gives us rules and regulations to be followed. But Raghunath Das Goswami tells us how to do it. Okay, so there's a link and lineage there. And then it also, Manasiksha, Raghunath Das Goswami gets into the psychology of bhakti. Psychology of bhakti means that it tells us that how our inner consciousness has to change when we go through the process of bhakti. No, we actually see a change when we are engaged in devotional service to Krishna from sadhaka stage, where we are engaged in by rules and under the umbrella of rules and regulations, and then how we know that we have advanced in bhakti and no longer in the sadhaka stage. It actually gets into the psychology of bhakti like that. So Padati to Raganuga Bhakti is applicable to beginners as well. So this is actually Manasiksha is instruction to the mind of a very pure devotee. But it is Raghunath Goswami has given us in such a manner that it is also applicable to a beginner like all of us. So the pure devotee will also relish it. You know, this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna Mahamantra is applicable to all levels of devotees, right? A beginner or a Madhyama or Uttama. Everybody can chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, but the intensity and the taste and attachment will change as one goes through thing. This is very important. Some people think that in ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada or Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada only taught us sadhana marg and not the Raghunaga marg. You know, once in a while we hear that somebody left ISKCON to get something higher. You know, they go and join some Babaji in Radhakund to enter into the intimate pastimes of Krishna because they don't get that in ISKCON, and there are a lot of rules and regulations. So, from these instructions of Raghunath Das Goswami, it is proven that the method of bhakti given to us by Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, is in very much line with what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught. Right? Raghunath Das Goswami heard Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and from Sarup Damodar Goswami, who was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's personal assistant, and learned all this from them directly and then wrote this, right? So it's directly in line with the preachings and instructions of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So it actually tells us that sadhana bhakti leading to Raganuga bhakti and not directly Raganuga bhakti. So it answers that aspect with its esoteric instructions and developments. Okay, so this is completely slashed the idea that people are leaving in ISKCON to join somebody else because there's something higher outside of ISKCON, of what Srila Prabhupada has said. Yes, there may be shortcomings in the practitioners of ISKCON. There may be shortcomings. Yeah, I was recently talking to Parijata about it last weekend. Because we see, you know, you will spend your life with ISKCON now, right? So you'll see that there will be devotees or ourselves. We are not completely in alignment with the principles. She said that don't judge the process by the practitioner. Don't judge the process by the practitioner, which is a very powerful statement. It's okay. It's not that the practitioner, because we are bringing in our own sincerity. Not everybody is on the same level, but the process has no fault in itself. Okay, so these are the reasons why Manasiksha, because Bhaktivinoda Thakur said that Manasiksha is a padati or a step-by-step progression towards development of spontaneous loving devotional service to Krishna in Vrindavan. Because Raghunath Das Goswami gets into the psychology of bhakti, because it is applicable to all levels of practitioner, because it is in alignment with the principles of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu of developing spontaneous loving devotional service in one's Swarupa Siddhi or one's constitutional position in relation with Krishna, but it begins with sadhana bhakti. So it's complete. It's a complete instruction. So Manasiksha, there are 12 verses. Basically, 12th verse is just a benediction. The first 3 verses discuss about the qualification for the inner path of spontaneous attraction for Krishna in Vrindavan. The next 4 verses talk about the process of eliminating obstacles, going subtler and closer to the root with each step by the mercy of and love for Krishna and his devotees. Okay, so basically it's about what are the obstacles one faces in the Krishna consciousness and what are the ways by which one can overcome those obstacles. So we get the complete information. And then the last 4 verses is engaging in our eternal spiritual position through taking shelter, meditating and serving Krishna's internal pleasure potency. And 12th verse is just a Palashruti. And this is the first verse. The verses are chanted in the meter of Jagannath Ashtakam. Okay, so I'll try to chant and then maybe 1 or 2 of you can also chant. Okay. Or you can chant behind the mic. Let's try. Gurau Ghoshte Ghoštala Shisho Sujane Bhushuragane Swamantri Sinamne Vrajanava Yuva Dvandva Sharane Sada Dambhan Hitva Kururatima Purva Matitaram Aye Swantararthascha Tubhirabhiyashe. Anyone would like to recite? Maybe one or two who did not recite the Bhagavatam shloka. I would encourage that person to go.
Can I
Mataji, I
recite,
think you
Mataji?
recited. No, one second. Both of you recited the Shivan Bhagavatam shlok. So let's give a chance to somebody who did not recite Bhagavatam shlok. We have a complete. Nobody comes, then you both can do.
Can I
I
recite,
think-
Mataji?
Mataji, what is your name? It always comes as OPPO.
Revati. My name is Revati, Mataji.
Okay, go ahead, Mataji. Revati Mataji.
Hey, Krishna Mataji. Gaurav Goshti Gostali Yosho Sujani Basura Gani Somantre Shinamni Vrija Navayuva Dvanta Sharani Sada Dambam Hitva Guru Ratim Apurvam Aditaram Aye Swatandra Datas Chaturvi Abhiyashe Dhrite Badaha. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Ayushi Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna everybody. Gurau Goshti Gostale Susujane Bhusuragane Samantra Shinani Prajanava Iva Dvanda Sarane Sada Dambam Hitva Kururatima Purva Matitaram Aishwanta Ardhata Chatubhir Abhiyashe Dhitapada. Thank you very much, Mataji.
Thank you. Okay, Sureka Mataji, go ahead.
My tune is a little different, but I'll try.
No, it has to be
Guru
Jagannath
Goshti.
Ashtakam. Jagannath Ashtakam meter.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Guru Goshte Goshtaleishu Sujane Bhushuvagane Swamantre Shri Namne Vrajanava Yuvadvanda Karane Sada Dambham Hitva Kururatim Apurvam Atiratam Aye Swantardhatas Chaturbhir Abhiyayasche Dhritapada.
Mataji, try reciting in Jagannath Ashtakam meter. It says in the book that it has to be sung in Jagannath Ashtakam meter. Okay, thank you. Be Shubha Rao Prabhu.
Hare
Then
Krishna
change the
Mataji.
meter.
Guru Goste Gostala Ishu Sujane Bhusuragane Swamantre Srinamni Vraja Navayuva Dvanda Sharane Sada Dambhamitva Kururatim Apurvam Atitaram Aye Swatadatas Chetubhir Abhiyase Drutapada.
Thank you. So try, okay, at home. Oh dear brother, oh mind, having given up all pride, please develop unprecedented and excessive attachment to Sri Guru. So what are we telling the mind to develop? Unprecedented and excessive attachment to Sri Guru, Sri Vrindavan, abode of the cows, to the devotee residents of Vrindavan, to all the devotees on this planet, to the confidential mantra given by Sri Guru, to the holy name of Sri Radha Krishna, to the process of surrendering to the fresh youthful couple of Braj. Holding your feet, I beseech you with sweet words. Okay, so we are telling the mind to develop unprecedented and excessive attachment. It is very interesting that Raghunath Das Goswami begins Manasiksha by asking the mind to develop unprecedented. Unprecedented means which we cannot compare to. We don't have an example to compare to. That kind of an attachment. Excessive attachment to Sri Guru, Sri Vrindavan, the abode of the cows, to devotee residents of Vrindavan, all the devotees on this planet, to confidential mantra given by Sri Guru, to the holy names of Sri Radha Krishna, to the process of surrendering to the fresh youthful couple of Vraj. Now I'll go verse by verse because Bhaktivinoda Thakur Prabhupada talks about 11 things going on in this particular verse. So he says Guru, that's Shri Guru. And Shri Guru means, he explains, both Siksha Guru and Diksha Guru. And unprecedented excessive attachment to one Siksha Guru and Diksha Guru. How? In the mood of friendship. Okay, in the mood of friendship, not just as awe and reverence. And then he talks about Ghoshta. Ghoshta means Sri Vrajadham or Vrindavan Dham. So Sri Guru, then Ghoshta or Sri Vrindavan Dham, the abode of the cows. Then Ghoshta Liyesho. Ghoshta Liyesho means one who is residing in Vrindavan Dham as a devotee, which is the third thing, to the devotee residents of Vrindavan. And then Sujane. Sujane means Vaishnavas. And then Bhusara. Bhusura means Brahmanas. Bhusura Gana is Brahmanas. I'm actually simultaneously reading as I'm talking to you. Then Sada Dambham. Sada Dambham means what? That always free from the pride. No need to get proud of that. So I'm so sorry. Suragane Swamantre. I'm so sorry, I skipped the line. Swamantre means the mantra, confidential mantra, which is given by one's guru, which basically refers to Gayatri mantra. Okay. Then Shri Namni. Shri means holy name of Krishna. Primary names of Krishna, not the secondary name. Secondary name of Krishna is like Paramatma, not like that. Primary name of Krishna, like Krishna, Govinda, Sham Sundar, like that. Shri Namni, and then Vraja Navayuva Dvanda, which is the youthful couple of Shri Radha and Krishna. Shadvanda Sharane. Then Damba Hitva. Damba Hitva means free from the pride. And then he talks about 5 kinds of prides. There are varieties of pride. I just mentioned, we don't need to go in the details. Just not enough to say pride, but he says there are 5 kinds of prides. One pride is called as Maya, which is like illusion and trickery. Another kind of pride is called Avidya, which is ignorance. To read my notes. And the third kind of pride is Kapata, which is cheating. Then 4th kind of pride that Bhaktivinoda Thakur talks about is Asaralta, which is lack of direct simplicity. And 5th is Satya, which is duplicity or deceit. So one has to be free from all kinds of pride. And then develop these unprecedented and excessive attachment. Ratim. Ratim means attachment. Apurvam atitaram. Apurva rati means attachment, which is inherent to the soul. The soul itself is only attached to Krishna. There is no distraction for the soul, at least theoretically we understand, for it to have an attachment for anything or anyone else other than Krishna. Now, because there is attachment and love for Krishna in the soul, and because everything belongs to Krishna, so because of that love for Krishna, the soul, the pure devotee, is actually able to love everyone else. But it's not that they are loving someone and they're hating someone. They love everything because they love Krishna. So that apurvam rati. And then the key word is atitaram. Atitaram means making intense endeavor. So we are worshipping Guru, we are worshipping Vrindavan Dham, we are worshipping the devotee residents of Vrindavan Dham, we are worshipping all other Vaishnavas. Or what does it say? There's a saying that if you love God, then you will love everyone who loves God. Right? It's not necessary that one has to be from only India or only this sampradaya. It could be anyone from any other background. But because they're loving God and because you also love God, you will love that person. Bhusura Gane, Brahmanas, which are like give us the principles of Varnashram Dharma. Swamantra, one which is mantra which is confidentially given by Guru. Shri Nam or holy name of Krishna, primary names. Vraja Nava Yuva Dvanda Sharane. So Vraja Nava Yuva Dvanda is the youthful couple of Radha Krishna. How do we develop attachment to them? By Dambham Hitva, no pride. Guru Ratim Apurvam, in unprecedented attachment. which is inherent to the soul, and which is to love Krishna. Atitaram means making one intense endeavor, make intensive endeavor, enthusiastically go on to do all these things, worshipping Guru, worshipping Vrindavan Dham. So the holding your feet, I beseech you with sweet words. So we'll go. Development of various attachments. So the various objects of attachment that we just discussed, and attachment in intense endeavor. And Raghunath Das Goswami is asking the mind to develop excessive, unprecedented attachment. In the first 3 verses, we will get these things, but then why does he start with attachment? One of the reasons given by the acharyas is that because bhakti is not about detachment. It's wrong to think that bhakti is about detachment. Bhakti is about developing attachment first. So because we develop attachment to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we are able to detach ourselves from material situation or material condition. It's not the other way around, that I have to first detach myself from material life and then get attached. No, attach to material life first, and then the automatic detachment comes from the material world. So when we speak about the obstacles in the middle 4 verses, when Raghunath Das Goswami Prabhupada will bring up, then this attachment, unprecedented excessive attachment, will be a reason for a serious practitioner of bhakti to actually try to overcome those obstacles. Get it? And if we are not attached to something higher, then those obstacles, we will lose enthusiasm to recognize and overcome those obstacles. That is why he's saying intense endeavor. And sata damba hitva. So exclusive one-point devotion to Radha Krishna's feet as dear life, and then developing attachment to Sri Guru, which is one's Diksha Guru and Siksha Guru, both has in the mood of friendship, means that with the friend we can disclose a mind, right? We can ask a question, we can discuss our life. So like that. So even may not be direct Siksha Guru, but somebody who has inspired us to come forward in Krishna consciousness, that there has to be respect and relationship in friendship. And then, of course, attachment to Vrindavan Dham. Which temple is this? Which temple is this in the left painting, Krishna? Which temple is this? Who knows?
Madan Mohan temple.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, this is Madan Mohan temple. And then the attachment to Vaishnavas or Sujane. Now we will study that there are different kinds of Vaishnavas, Madhyamadikari, Uttamadikari, and Kanishtadikari. Uttama, Madhyama, and Kanishta. Now, how do we know who is Uttama, who is Madhyama, and who is Kanishta according to Raghunath Das Goswami Prabhupada? Is that Uttama Adhikari or Uttama Vaishnava, Uttama Bhagavat personality is that personality who is always residing in Vrindavan. It doesn't mean that they're physically sitting in Vrindavan, but they are always meditating on Vrindavan. Their heart and soul is in Vrindavan. You know, if your heart and soul is in Vrindavan, and according to this, you're Uttamadhikari. Wherever we are situated, we want to bring Krishna there. We want to bring our acharyas and Vaishnavas. That place is Vrindavan. So that consciousness, the personality whose consciousness is thus merged, is Uttama Bhakta according to Manasiksha. And then Madhyama is okay. Then Sujane and is like these other devotees from other cults who are also trying to cultivate love for Krishna or love for God. We develop friendship. Okay, have attachment to intermediate devotees of any genuine tradition, whether or not they reside in Raj in body or mind. So you see, Madhyamadikari differentiates, right? So they know who is a devotee, who's not a devotee. So they develop attachment to other devotees from other cults, which may or may not be residing in Vrindavan physically or mentally. Kanishtadikari is the Brahmanas who teach us how to be moral in this world, how to live the life by moral codes, which is more or less the Varnashram Dharma principle. So Raghunath Das Goswami is instructing the mind to serve all 3 levels of devotees. Okay, attachment to beginners in devotion, such as Brahmanas who follow and teach dedication of life and occupation to God, Varnashram. So these are the different books that we read, and how different levels of devotees are divided according to different references. So Uttama Adhikari, Madhyama Adhikari, Kanishta Adhikari, different definition is given in different scriptures. So in Manasiksha, they are divided based on object of worship. Uttama Adhikari's object of worship is Vrindavan, and that person is constantly residing in Vrindavan and constantly. Madhyama, according to Manasiksha, the object of worship is developing friendship with other practitioners from all other traditions. And Kanishta is somebody who is very interested in the Varnashram Dharma. Okay, and then we study about nectar of instruction, which is basically based more or less on practice and commitment, where Rupa Goswami tells us about Uttamadhikari is the one who has no fault-finding tendency, is undeviating bhakti. Madhyama is one who has taken initiation, worships the deity, and beginner or Kanishta is the one who just chants the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Nectar of devotion tells us who is Uttama, who is Madhyama, who is Kanishta, based on faith and knowledge. Right? Uttama Adhikari is the one who has strong faith and knowledge in Shastras and can teach others. Madhyama has strong faith and knowledge but may be defeated. Kanishta is weak faith and knowledge and can be misled. And Srimad Bhagavatam 11th canto, 2nd chapter, verse 43, 44, 45 also defines who is Madhyama, who is Kanishta, who is Uttama, where he says, Uttama Adhikari sees Krishna everywhere and everyone as devotee. Madhyama, the 4 differentiations, loves God, befriends devotees, encourages innocence and avoids the envious. Sorry, the envious to be E. Kanishta is the one who thinks best devotee, that he or she is the best devotee. God is only present in temple and don't know how to respect or develop relationship with other devotees. Not everything is so plain, okay? So somebody can be Kanishta according to one, Madhyama according to one. For example, somebody can, love God, befriend devotee, encourage innocent and avoid innocent, envious, but also in the heart always reside in meditation on Krishna, but may not have strong faith of the Shastras. Okay, so there's always this mixture that goes on, but this is like the bird's eye view of what's happening in different scriptures. Then the other attachment that Raghunath Das Goswami is saying, to have attachment for one's Diksha mantra, or this is Gayatri mantra. And then having an attachment to primary names of Krishna, right? Harinam. So these are the different, and of course the ultimate goal is to have attachment to the ever youthful couple Shri Radha Krishna residing in Brajadham. So this is the first verse, developing attachment, unprecedented excessive attachment. Okay, now there is one commentary by Shivaram Swami Maharaj where he says that in this particular verse, we are moved from Adho Shraddha to Sadhu Sangha. So we are moving, right? It's a step-by-step process. So Adho Shraddha through Sadhu Sangha. And Sadhu Sangha brings one to the ability to take initiation from a spiritual master, and then leads to Bhajan Kriya. Right? Because one has to honor the mantra given by one's guru. So this is the movement from Shraddha to Sadhu Sangha, and then initiation, and then to Bhajan Kriya. Now, and he also says that there are 3 questions which can be asked in this particular verse, which are answered in verse number 2. And the 3 questions are that if we are always supposed to serve Guru, Vaishnavas, Vrindavan Dham, devotees in Vrindavan Dham, the name, holy name, Hare Krishna, or the mantra given by Guru, and ever youthful couple of Radha Krishna in Vrindavan, then what is going to happen to our material responsibilities? What is going to happen to that? That's question number 1. And question number 2 that arises is that there is no mention of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this verse. Raghunath Das Goswami is a direct disciple of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There is no mention of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So what is the link between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and this instruction to the mind? And the third question that can be raised is that when we are advised to worship our Siksha Guru, Diksha Guru, Vaishnavas and Brahmanas, but by what method? By what method, how and when? And at what point we worship our gurus? What point? Because so there are 3 questions which are raised, which we will discuss the answers in verse number 2. Any questions, reflections, realizations, corrections?